Hello, loves. Welcome to another episode of The Random. My name is Mayan Awar Odo, and thank you for joining me today. Trusting in yourself. Yesterday, I had a conversation with my mom, and it really had me questioning my faith. And let me just say, it's not the first time. There are times I have these conversations about God with my mom, and it really has me pulling back and looking at myself, my faith, how I'm experiencing God in my life. And if you if you are keeping your eye on God, you have to trust in that. You really have to trust in that, because I understand God cannot be limited. Like, when you question someone else's faith, right? And when you question if, like, the God you're serving, do we really ask ourselves who we are to question God? Who we are to limit how God shows up in people's lives? To limit what God is, who God is? I mean, God can't be limited. You can't limit how God shows up. You cannot limit. I really feel when we sit and question people's faiths and beliefs, in the same way we're meant to sit with ourselves and ask ourselves, who are we to question anyway? Who are you to say this is what God is and this is what God is not? Who are you? Who are you? God is God. God shows up in the ways that God shows up. God blesses in the ways that God blesses. God answers prayers in the ways that God answers prayers. I do not believe personally that there is a right God and a wrong God. Well, maybe there is in someone else's realm of existence. For me, I just know that there is God. For me, I choose to put my eye on God. I choose to trust in God. I don't question. I've been in a place where I've been asking God, who are you? I've been questioning who God is. And I feel for me, God is an experience. God kind of, the answer I always get when I'm like, who are you? Show me who you are. Is like, God is not someone you look for. Or maybe it is, but God is someone that is right here, right now. We go so far looking for what is here now, is present. God is in the sound of my voice, in the green of the grass. God is an experience. God is in the light that I shine to the world. God is in the air that I breathe. God is God just is. God just is. God just is. But then questioning is also fine. I feel to have come to this place where I got the answers I did, I had to question first. But even when you question, I really want to the what. deconstruct the trying to look at God in a way that this is the right God and this is the wrong God, and questioning people's faith and beliefs. Why don't you, who are you to do that? Why do you think you know God better than anyone, better than someone else does? Why won't you choose to trust that God is just God? I had something today, 110 ways of saying something. Never mind. But just because it seems different and looks different, it doesn't make it wrong. It doesn't make it. God is just God. We're not meant to limit how God shows up, how God, who God is. Because even me personally, I don't really know. I don't really know. I don't know. But I share the little I know. I share the little I know. Speak about God. Speak life. If you are teaching about God, really, let your words align with what God is. God is not fear. God does not condemn. God loves. God is compassion. God is life. God is living waters. Speak life into people, into situations. Speak life. The God I know is a God that sees, that loves, that forgives, that nourishes, that nurtures. God is beautiful. God is beautiful. God is love. God will never stop being love. So, however we meet God in our lives, that is how that every single one of us has a very personal and very different connection with self and with God. And like, really, who are you to sit down and question someone else's connection with God? Who are you? And what does that speak to you about you? Well, as I began, I was like, trust in yourself. Trust in the connection you share with God. Trust your intentions. No one knows them, but you know them. And God knows them. The God in your heart knows you in the ways that no one else knows you. Trust in your connection. Trust that way you have met God is the way God purposed for you to meet Him, in order for you to do that which He purposes you. I don't know how to say that, but the way you know God is the way you are meant to know God in order to move forward and do that which you're meant to do. I may meet God in a way that is different from someone else, but I am learning now to just be open. They may seem like things that are contrasting, but they are not contrasting. God is the power that unites. Just because it looks different and it seems different, it does not change the fact that it is one. Because God is that which brings all together. when it comes to different religions, different spiritual practices, different this, that, I don't know. I don't know. But just because we meet God in diverse ways, it does not mean like, I'm just feeling like that separation, it doesn't work anymore. Because God is God and God is the force that unites it all. Trust in your personal connection to God. Trust in the relationship you have with God. Trust in how you meet God. And even if it is questioned, trust. Go back home to yourself, to your spirit, to your soul. Know and understand. You know your intention. God knows you and sees you deeper than any other person else. So continue nurturing your connection to self and to the divine now and always. Yeah, that's all for today. Thank you for joining me, and goodbye.